I'm gonna bust my eyes. Alright. What's good? Before this video starts, go down. Give this channel a subscribe. Go down. Smash that like button. And you're not following the Instagram, right? I know you're not following the Instagram. Come here. I'm too fat for this. Come here. Just come here. Just come here. Go follow my Instagram. Okay? Let's get into this video. I've mentioned a couple of times in these videos that I used to smoke cigarettes. Probably the worst habit you would ever pick up and the most disgusting habit you would ever pick up. But this story is gonna be pretty much like what made me, how did it start, and when did I start. So let's take it back a couple of years ago. I was probably 11 years old. So I remember this day like it was yesterday. So we're at home. It's just me, my mom, and my sister. My mom is actually taking a nap. My sister was in the living room watching her show. I think it was like Supernatural at this time. And me, I was just, at that stage where I was playing with wrestling toys and I was playing on my DS and I ain't really, have nothing to do. Majority of my time I was either playing video games or just playing with my wrestling toys. I didn't really go outside up until I got older. So there's this one kid that always used to come over my house and he's a part of the family till this day, like growing up, my brothers had friends and till this day, they're still best friends. So I'm not gonna name any names, but there was this one time my brother had his friend over and I'm gonna be honest, I was a very sneaky kid and I love to, what's that called? I love to snoop through people's things. It was just at that time in my life where I was just mad curious. I used to love to observe people when I was growing up. Like I would just be the quiet one, just looking at everybody, like at any barbecues or at any parties. I would just be the one just looking and trying to like see what I could do from today on that would make me a little bit cooler. So there was this one time my brother and his friend went to the pool and his friend ended up leaving his book bag at my house. So me being the kid that I am, no one's around, I'm like, I'm going through his book bag, see whatever he got in there. Probably got a little candy, probably a little money. Oh, I remember, hold up. Yo. Alright, so the same kid, I remember, this is another story. I remember I went through his book bag once again. I think this was the first time I went through his book bag and he had a $20 bill. Me being the kid that I am, I'm like, I could really switch this 20 for $1. Probably never know. He found out, but he never found out. No one ever found out who it was, but he's probably watching this video right now. So yeah, I was the one that switched the 20 to $1. So I had good ass McDonald's though, I'll be honest with you. Alright, so I'm going through his book bag. I'm trying to see what he has, regular lighter, clothes. He had his wallet, but no money inside this time. I'm like, and I see a pack of Newports in his book bag. Now, again, I'm young. I know what cigarettes is, but I never, held the carton in my hand. I've never held a cigarette before in my life. So I was like, yo, because at this time, like what everybody else does that's older than me, I feel like it's way cooler than whatever I'm doing. I'm here thinking like, all right, they're older than me. Maybe that's what's cool. So when I grow up, I'm gonna do the same thing. So it's just dumb logic, honestly. This is really dumb logic. So I see the carton of cigarettes and I'm like, let me take like 2 or 3 and see what the fuck this is. So I take 2 or 3. I put the rest in the book bag and I go to the bathroom. Now in this house, we had 2 bathrooms. One big bathroom with the tub and the sink and the toilet, and then we had a smaller bathroom that we just had a toilet in. So I would always go, my favorite bathroom was the small one because honestly, I don't like to be in big, like when I was smaller, I didn't like to be in a big area, especially a bathroom. I like my bathrooms to be like snug. It feels more comfortable, I feel like. So I'm there, and I didn't even have a lighter at this time. And I'm just looking at it. Damn, I don't even have any. Alright, so my vape. I'm just looking at it like this, and I'm smelling it. I'm like, okay. So I had to do like Mission Impossible type of thing. So my bathroom, you would get out, and my brother's room was right there. My room was right here, and the hallway was pretty much like once you leave my room, you bust a right, and that's the hallway. The left side is the kitchen. You keep going, and the left side is the living room. So what I had to do, and I don't know how the fuck I did not get caught. I would turn on the stove. There, I'm there. And once I see it's pretty much already lit, I'll turn off the stove and run to the bathroom so it won't smell. Now, I don't know why I thought this was gonna work, but it actually did. And I'm just there, and I'm just like, I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like at this time, I liked how the way cigarettes smelled. I'm like, oh, it smells pretty good. So I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, thinking I'm all cool. Then I'm like, nah. Let me throw this down the toilet and let me run and get sprayed. I never got questioned why I sprayed so much air freshener in the bathroom. And so I'm spraying, and thank God nobody noticed, because the bathroom that I was in, the ventilations didn't work. I guess it was an old building, so the vents didn't work. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get caught. And then, you know when you smoke a cigarette or smoke a cigar or whatever your preference is, like weed or whatever, you know that the smell stays on you. Your logic is, okay, I'm gonna put some lotion on, I'm gonna spray some cologne, or I'm gonna change my clothes. My logic though, into the kitchen again. I went in the freezer and I take an icy out. I run back into the bathroom and I start eating the icy, thinking that the icy is gonna just automatically take the smell off me. Listen, I know family members are watching this right now. How the fuck did y'all not know that I was smoking cigarettes at this young ass age? Honestly speaking. And I'm not proud of it at all by any means, but I'm just saying, like, how did I not get an ass whooping? Y'all would smell it. So cigarettes, you know a person smokes cigarettes when the aroma is around the air and nobody in the house smokes cigarettes. It just didn't make sense to me. So that was when I was young. I never had the opportunity again to really smoke. So let's fast forward it until I was maybe 16, 17. 16, 17, that's when I pretty much had my downfall in life. And I was just like, I figured everything was just going wrong in life. That's why I pretty much was like, you know what, let me try my hand again in cigarettes. You know, I did my time with weed, and I'm not proud of it by any means, but I did my time with weed, and it wasn't for me. You know, I didn't like how it made me feel. It just definitely wasn't for me. So I was like, let me try with cigarettes again. So one day, I ended up going down a block to this block right here, because I used to live down this way. So I used to walk up, go to the store. I used to buy me either a Monster or a Coca-Cola vanilla, and I'll give the dude $1. He'll give me 2 cigarettes. Well, we call it in New York, we call it Lucy's. Technically, Lucy's are illegal, so I'm not trying to 6ix9ine anything, but yeah, he knew I was underage or whatever the case may be, whatever. So I'm like, so let me get 2 Lucy's, a buck of matches, and whatever I'm drinking. And remember, at this time, I didn't really have any type of freedom. I would just lie to my mom about where I'm going to go. Either I'm going to go to school, or I'm going to this church class, or I'm going to go play catch with my friends in the park. The park is literally, like, everywhere I told my mom I'm going to go, it was literally, like, a block away from where I lived. So I wasn't really going that far. And then the park that I used to go play catch in, my old house, you would look out the window, you would see the baseball field. But what I used to do is I would go to the last field because it was 2 fields in one. I would go to the last field, and she really didn't have that best eyesight, so I would go to the last field. I would just go over there and with my friends, and I'm smoking a cigarette, and everybody looking at me like, why are you smoking cigarettes, bro? I would just be like, I don't know. I'm trying it. And I'm just like, alright, this is not that bad. So since that day, I'll either buy 2 or 3. And I guess my brain got so accustomed to me spending $1 to $2 on cigarettes on a daily basis that my everyday thing was pretty much either if I'm going to school or going to work, I'll go buy some Lucy's, smoke, and then just while walking, I'll smoke. Or I'm just the type that once I'm accustomed to doing something so much, my brain is already used to it. So it's hard for me to stop. So when I grew older, when I hit 18, that's when everything pretty much started going for me. I got a good job. Bills were getting paid. Things were going right for myself. I started having second thoughts because I used to know how to run fast. But like I said before, I have the worst case of asthma. So now if I try to run, I can't even make it half a block. And that's just being all so serious. Like, I'm telling you, I've had so many times that I wanted to run or chase somebody, and I'll just be like, hold on. And I get all out of breath, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? So 18 years old, I stopped. I stopped for like a good maybe almost a year. I was just like, yo, this is not for me. Then I started smoking hookah, shisha, whatever you guys call it. Us in New York, we call it hookah. So every family function, every party, every like sit down, you just want to chill with your friends, there's always gonna be a hookah lit. Either mint, watermelon, or blue mist. Anybody from New York, y'all know that's true. And then a lot of people was just like telling me like, oh, what was the point of you stopping smoking cigarettes? Because you smoking hookah now, and that's like a pack of cigarettes or 100 packs of cigarettes. I'm just like, bro, it's just water vapor. I'm burning with charcoal. Like, if anything, the charcoal is going to be the thing that's going to mess me up. Like, I just started listening to all these people, and then I just stopped smoking hookah in general. So fast forwarded a year, I was maybe 19, about to be 20, and I was working at this restaurant at this time. I was working with my brother, and I was going through under a lot of stress. Working with family, I would never work with family ever again. For the simple fact of, you have to know when he's your brother and when he's your boss. You know, having a brother that I'm working with, knowing that he's my boss, it was just horrible. Like, it was the most horrible thing ever. Like, I enjoyed working with my brother, don't get me wrong, but it just came to a certain point where whenever we got mad at each other at work, it'll come home. Like, he'll come home with the same energy that he had at work. So it was just, like, frustrating me. So I went back to smoking cigarettes, smoking maybe 4 or 5 a day. And that lasted until, I'm going to be very honest, it lasted until maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And it stopped because I found this, vaping. Which is bad now because I'm not saying I'm going to start smoking cigarettes again, which is bad because New York just recently, they banned flavored tobacco products, and I guess tobacco products in general, except cigarettes. I haven't read on it completely, but I'm gonna be honest. It was just like, it was a roller coaster with me and cigarettes. Would I go back? Hell no. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like that would be my downfall for everything. Like, that would make me the most ill I can be. That would make me just lose everybody around me, because the people that were close to me told me like, yo, you pick up a cigarette again, bro, it's a wrap. Like, I don't want to be with a person, I don't want to hang out with a person that's smoking cigarettes. And the way that I was smoking them, like I said before, it went from 4 to 5 to 7 to a pack. And thank God I never smoked a pack a day. I'm just saying in general, like, it was just a roller coaster with me. So I would never want to go back into my past and relive that. Yeah, I went back in my past before because I was just young, but now I'm 23. I know what's right from wrong, and I know, like, yo, Cigarettes, hookah, weed, liquor, that's just not for me. I have a lot of goals set for myself, and I have a lot of like ambitions that I want to conquer. So I know that I knew since the day that I said, yo, this is my last cigarette, I knew for myself, like, yo, now that I'm gonna force myself to stop this addiction, I have to transition my mind into somewhere else, and that's where we at right now. Dishing out videos on a consistent basis, being happy doing what I'm doing, finally seeing my goals come to the light, and it's just an amazing feeling. And honestly, like, you probably young watching this, if you ever think about smoking weed, doing any type of drug, drinking, or any, like, smoking, whatever the case may be, just don't do it. Don't do it. Once your body gets immune to that, that's where your addiction starts. And I'm gonna be honest, it's super hard to get rid of any type of addiction in your life. Do not ever feel like your world is about to end. You feel like you have to do this to make you feel some type of way. Like, bro, that's all mental. And I had to learn it the hard way. That all of the shit that I was saying, like, yo, I need a cigarette, that's all mental, bro. You don't need it, you want it. So that's just pretty much my story with cigarettes. It's bad. I'll be honest, I do think about it from time to time. When I go to the same places that I used to go to, like, I'll go to Central Park where I used to, record a couple of my videos before. It's just nostalgic, I guess. So I do think about it, but I know the position that I'm in right now, that's not for me. It's the end of this video. Hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys are liking these story time videos, and you know the motto: be humble, remain hungry, stay cozy. That shit hurt.